friends! If I have any spinach in my teeth, it's definitely a product of me just having eaten ravioli. I wanted to start off this video with a huge thank you to Disney Book Group for sponsoring this video. They sent me a copy of The Isle of the Lost by Melissa de la Cruz. This was originally a trilogy and also a movie, you might remember, but it's now in graphic novel format, and this was adapted by Robert Venditti, and the art is done by Kat Fajardo. And my arm is getting tired, so I'm gonna find my tripod. So The Isle of the Lost is about a group of young kids who are the sons and daughters of famous Disney villains. The kids and their villainous parents have been isolated on this island that has a force field around it to protect surrounding areas from the havoc that these people could potentially wreak. This story follows these four main characters that all band together in order to find the Dragon's Eye. So it's a heist book with these four kids that are from villainous backgrounds getting to know one another and realizing maybe friendship can prevail over evilness. I've not read the original trilogy, but you know me, I do love a good graphic novel. So this is just a quick, fun way to catch up with the series. Here's a preview of what our art looks like with Maleficent up there. In this first picture, you can see Captain Hook, the villain from Snow White, Cruella de Vil. So it's a fun spin on some Disney characters that extends their storyline. I'm very eager to give this a read, and I will link you down below where you can check it out too if you were interested. So once again, this video is a paid promotion with Disney Book Group, but now let's get into our vlog. Hello friends, welcome to a new reading vlog. I did a poll on Twitter asking if I should read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo or The Cruel Prince. Evelyn Hugo is winning, but I kind of want to read The Cruel Prince. I've just heard so much hype about it lately. I'm really looking forward to that enemies to lovers. Want to get into that, so I think I'm going to start that first. From what I know about it is it's this human girl who was kidnapped to the fairy world. When she's there, everyone hates her because she's mortal and they're like, eh, you're gonna die soon. And for one reason or another, she has this feud with, I don't know how to say his name, Cardin? He's this prince for the kingdom in the fairy world, and he is called the Cruel Prince because he's mean to her. And I don't know what the actual plot of this book follows. Like, I don't know what we're trying to solve or like how these characters come together, but all I know is that it apparently has really interesting characters. So I'm gonna start that. Hopefully I will enjoy it. I'm scared the hype will have been too much for me, but we'll see. I'm gonna eat some pasta now. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna have a lactose pill first because that has mozzarella in it. Then I'm gonna eat some pasta. A book came in the mail that I completely forgot to mention in my previous vlog. I ordered 2 textbooks from Thrift Books, and as we all know, Thrift Books gives you free shipping after $10. So I got to pick out a fun book for myself to get free shipping. The book I picked for myself is The Last Star by Rick Yancey, which is the controversial series that not a lot of people like. I just really wanted to stick with it for one last book and see how it ends, if it makes any sort of sense, because the second book didn't. I just really like Cassie, and I don't even remember the guy's name, but the lumberjack alien person. I'll give you the verdict. I know everyone says the series is trash, but I gotta make sure.
Okay, Peter K is not even that great. Did you read all 3 books?
Did you read All the Boys I Loved Before? Did you read Alice in River 13? Did you read them?
No, they didn't. So they don't know the real Peter K.
They're mad because someone said that Peter Kavinsky, is that his name?
Yes.
Is basic.
That's
No. He could be basic. He could be basic. I'm fine with basic.
I love basic.
But here's the thing. They said bare minimum.
Oh.
You know who's the bare minimum? Josh. Let's talk about Josh.
Okay. Hey, can we remember Kitty's birthday when you picked up Kitty from school and said,
You're my only girl today.
that's not bare minimum.
He bought all of the smoothies for the bus ride across town. The necklace. You know how expensive that necklace was? He didn't get a discount.
Oh, yeah.
I'm upset.
I think it's going. Hey guys, it's me and Nicole. I got it to work. I think I got it to work. I'm not really sure.
Oh my God.
It's time for a reading update.
Did you click the button on top first?
I took so many selfies.
Hi friends, I'm currently sitting in bed.
I'm really nervous to hold your camera because I'm afraid I'm gonna break it. Alright, I'm gonna go bye.
Reading party. So we're all in my living room. It's very messy because we're animals. I'm reading the cruel I'm reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Black.
I'm reading The Treatment by Suzanne Young. Sequel to the program.
I'm reading We'll Always Have Summer
Why
by
are you
Jenny
screaming?
Han. I'm reading We'll Always Have Summer by Jenny Han, the third book in the Summer I Turned Pretty trilogy.
Is that the thumbnail?
Right now it's Sunday at 2:52 a.m. All day I've been making my way through The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I'm currently on page 312 out of like 360, so I've got just a little bit left, like less than an hour's of reading time. Here's why I'm vlogging. I really like the book. I've heard from people who've already read the sequel, but the sequel slaps. It's really good. My problem is I'm gonna finish that soon and I want the sequel. I don't know when it comes out, so let me look that up real quick. Okay, I'm gonna hope it's a hot October, because if the release date says 2019, I'm literally not gonna finish the book. Okay. January 8th, 2019. Nothing is sacred. It's in January, it's not that bad. It's pretty bad. Now I'm sad. I need my quality enemies to lovers. Don't be sad, get glad. I'm gonna pre-order it or something, I don't know. Wow. Now it's depression hour for me. Right now I'm back home in my home. Today all my roommates and I drove to that big half-price books in Dallas. Then my dad came and picked me up so I could come home for a night. He wanted to go to another half-price books location on the way home. So I made a lot of bad decisions. Remember a couple vlogs ago when I said, this is gonna be the last time I haul books for a while. It's gonna be the last time. While I was gone, I got 2 packages. Both of these are from Book Depository, so I think both of them might be from April. If you don't know April, she has a channel called Aprilius Maximus, and she's one of my favorite YouTubers of all time. She reads so much, so diversely. I highly recommend going and checking out her channel. I'll link it down below. We did a book swap and I got her 2 books, so maybe she got me 2 books, maybe I ordered one and forgot. Oh, April. She got me The Humans by Matt Haig, which is one of her favorite books. Or she said it was really good. I don't know if it's one of her favorites. This is one of his fiction books about an alien that comes to Earth. And the only person he understands is a dog. So it's all about this person's life and confusion, and it sounds so cute. Thank you, April, for giving me this. She also got me this one, I think. I clearly don't know how to open things. Oh, she did not. Okay, so she got me 2 books that she really likes. I should have expected this. But she also got me Noteworthy by Riley Redgate. It's basically this girl in high school who wants to be on an a cappella team. She has to join an all-male team and pretend to be a guy. I think there's bisexual rep in this. I'm not sure if it's the main character or the love interest or someone else. I've just had this on my wish list for such a long time, and I know she loves this book, so thank you, April. Very good book swap, if you ask me. Now, so we went to the massive half-price books in Dallas, and I said, I'm not gonna get anything. You know, like a liar. The first thing I picked up is something I'm always a slut for, which are these little note cards, and they have little birds on them, and I just think they're so cute. Also, a non-bookish item I got is, in my apartment, we have a Wii, and we played Mario Kart the other day, and I was like, hey, any of y'all played Super Smash Brothers? And they never played it before. This is the best Mario game of all time. Fight me about it. Maybe not the Wii version. I don't know what the other versions are like, but Super Smash Brothers, I could play this all day without growing tired. It was only 20 bucks at Half Price Books, and it was a 20% off thing today, so. The guy checking me out was like, oh, are you excited for the new Super Smash? And I had to pretend to like video games, but this is like the only one I play. The next book I got, The Beautiful and the Damned by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Listen, I know we're gonna roast me about not reading classics, but listen. F. Scott Fitzgerald is one of my favorite authors of all time, even though I've only ever read The Great Gatsby, and I feel like I can't say that until I've read more. So I'm gonna read more. So I've been on the hunt for his books in pretty editions just because I think it'll inspire me to read them if they're pretty. And I saw this one today at the store and I felt like she deserved some love. Next, I bought Less Than Zero by Bret Easton Ellis, but my best friend Christy said this is one of her favorite books of all time. From what I gather, it's just about this guy that lives in LA, gets caught up in drugs, has really sketchy friends, and it's all about like nihilism and capitalism. It sounds like a book you would read for class that you can really analyze, but it also reads like a book that's really accessible for like non-in-class people. Then I got The Royal We by Heather Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan. This is like a royal family romance. I don't know the complexities of who's who and who dates whom, but I think it's a prince and a pair of twins and charming brothers and I don't know if it's based on the real royal family or if it's just like funsies, but I just read The Princess Trap by Talia Hibbert, which is a spin-off of like the Danish royalty, and I really enjoyed it, so I'm kind of here for that genre now. I got Wicked Sexy Liar by Christina Lauren, which is the 4th book in the Wild Seasons series, but I love Christina Lauren. I want to make my way through all their books. I know it's 2 people. People keep saying it's not her, it's them. I know it's 2 people. It's default to talk about an author by saying she or he instead of them. That's problematic. I should say them. I'm gonna say them. I'm trying to read all of their books. I have another one in here. I'll just go ahead and talk about the other book I got by them. I got Dating You, Hating You. It's about 2 people from different agencies in Hollywood that merge, and then they have to go after the same position, and then it's a war, and then it turns into romance. Sounds like The Hating Game. Even if it's not the best book of all time, once again, I'm just trying to read all of Christina Lauren's books because I really enjoy their romance stories. I got Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray, which is the 2nd book in the Diviners series. I love that series. They're huge books and they're intimidating, but they are so worth it. But pick them up on audio. It's so good. It's set in the 1920s. It's like BuzzFeed Unsolved with really diverse characters. Superior. I just keep reaching in the bag and there's more. What did I do? I got a planner. There were dogs. Then I got a book I'm super stoked for. It's a new release called Not That Bad by Roxane Gay. This is an anthology of essays that are about rape culture. So it's not by Roxane Gay, it's edited by Roxane Gay. But it says this just highlights the stories of well-known actors, writers, and experts. It covers a wide range of topics and experiences, from an exploration of the rape epidemic embedded in the refugee crisis to first-person accounts of child molestation and street harassment. And I think it's just gonna be incredible. The embarrassing thing about the next book I'm about to haul is I can't even give you a synopsis. I literally saw it and bought it with like nothing happened in between. I got Mirage by Samaya Dowd. This is a new release. Everyone has been hyping to the gods. Ooh, Tadamafi blurbed it. Okay. 5 stars. Every single person on book Twitter that I follow has been obsessed with this. Like before it came out, I've been having people hype it up and say pre-order this book, pre-order this book, pre-order this book. And it's from people who I share the same bookish interests with. So if you and I have the same tastes, I heard from a little bird that this is our good stuff. So this book is Moroccan inspired fantasy. It's about a girl who lived her life in a small village before being kidnapped by an empire. So the main character of this book looks almost identical to the princess of the kingdom that she was kidnapped for, so she is being used as like a double to protect her. She's drawn to that princess's fiance. There's a rebellion. Apparently it's very feminist, and that's the sitch. I hope to read this soon. And the final book I got is one that I've been searching for several months. I got The Book of Mythicality by Rhett and Link from their YouTube channel Good Mythical Morning. I have no clue what this book is. It might just be a bunch of activities and random facts and weird backstory. I love them. I want to support them, even though I bought this used, so I'm not really supporting them, but I would love to hear more about them, and I don't know, should be fun. Say I did something bad, then why does it feel so good? Good freaking morning, everyone. It's currently Tuesday at 7:30 a.m. I have 10 minutes to do something to my face to go to class. While I do that, I want to talk about the book I finished over the weekend. When I went home, I had about 40 pages left of The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, and I finished it on Monday. I really enjoyed the book, but I don't think it's like one of the best fantasies of all time. Like I thought it would be the next big thing and it would be so good. I think it has interesting characters that are memorable. There's something about the way that Holly Black writes fairy worlds just feels a little juvenile. So sometimes it's hard to take her worlds seriously. It's supposed to be this really dark fairy world, but then there's silly laws and there's silly looking characters, so it can be difficult to take that seriously. So in the end, this book was in the vein of books that I really enjoy. Like it has all the tropes that I love. I like the development of it. I like the character traits, but it just felt like there was not quite enough I feel like if Holly Black had slowed down and added more description and fleshed out the world better, given us more backstory on characters, it definitely would not have fallen as flat to me as it ended up doing. Maybe the second book will pick up a lot when like more romance starts. I just wasn't quite swept off my feet with it, even though I gotta admit it was a fun time. So I gave that like 4.25, 4.5 stars. Now I'll briefly mention what I'm reading for class, because that's so fun. In one of my classes we're reading Ralph Waldo Emerson, which is not fun. We're reading nature and his essays, and I don't understand a single word he said. I mean, I do, it's just also philosophical. I'm just not a fan. And then I'm taking a Sherlock's Home class, so we started a study in Scarlet, and that was a lot of fun. I had a dream last night about Sherlock Holmes because of that. And then last night before bed, I just wanted to start something quick so that I could have it going for the next time I pick up a book, and I decided it was time to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. So the book is about this old Hollywood actress. Obviously she's had 7 husbands. Everyone's just interested in what her life has been like and what the dealio is, and now she's getting super old, so she contacts a reporter to write her biography. She just wants to have a tell-all and finally come clean with the world about what her life's been like, so that after she's dead this biography can be published of her. It's about her Cuban heritage, her 7 marriages she had, her bisexuality, being a star in Hollywood, and all that good jazz. So far I like the reporter character, but it just changed perspectives because it switched from that reporter to Evelyn actually telling her story. I'm scared that I'm only just gonna like it. Like, I think I'm gonna give it like 4 stars and just be like, it was good. Okay, I have 2 minutes to put on this mascara and then we gotta go. I'm Boo Boo the Fool and didn't bring an umbrella to class, so I've been walking through the rain to get here and fun stuff. I'm currently in our English lounge. Hello, English lounge. This is where I go between classes when I don't have work. I have 20 minutes before I have to be at work. I was gonna get lunch, but the Chick-fil-A line was out the wazoo, and I'm trying to be healthy, so I have applesauce in my bag. I think I'm just gonna have applesauce for lunch. Yay, healthy choices! Right now, I'm going to be reading some Ralph Waldo Emerson poetry, which makes me sound really collegiate, but in reality, it's just diarrhea. It's so hard to understand. Even my professor was reading it out loud to us today. He was like, oh, that's gorgeous. What the fuck does it mean? Like, he said that out loud. It was so funny. But I can relate, so I'm gonna get reading that. I don't know why I'm vlogging. I haven't read anymore. It's currently 11:51 on Tuesday night. I don't know what day that is. September 4th, the same day as previously. I have been reading for the past good frickin' afternoon, ladies. While I wait for water to boil, let me give you a reading update. Last night I tried to vlog and my camera was like yeet, and I couldn't because it died. I ended up sitting down for like a solid 2 hours and just reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo without looking at my phone, without getting up, without being interrupted, and that's a very rare occurrence. And then I read today while I was at work when there was no one in, and now I'm at page 270. I have about 100 pages left. Right here. I don't want to say it's not as good as everyone says it is because I haven't finished it yet, and maybe the ending will have, I know there's gonna be some sort of reveal at the end that we don't know yet, but as of right now it's good, but it's not like the 5-star best of the year book that everyone I know says it is. I don't know if it's me or if it's just because I haven't finished it yet. The writing style is really interesting and I like the retrospect of it, and the cool thing about this book is it's like reading a memoir or a biography, but it's fictional. So it's strange, but it's good. I'm gonna read this while I wait for my water to boil. Let's just pray I don't burn down my apartment. PSA, don't read this book on your period, because I'm suffering right now and I'm not even done. It's so sad. I'm fine. It is exactly 2:01 a.m. I just finished The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I have an 8 a.m. and I am Boo Boo the Fool for staying up and finishing this, but it's just addicting. As you saw, I cried. The ending of it was just a bop. I wasn't expecting the ending of it, but I kind of was. You know when you just finish a book and you're in that state where you're just like,
all around me are familiar faces.
Wow, it's me right now. It's gonna take a second for this book to sink in. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. As I've said, I flew through it. I love the writing style. I love the conversations it brings up about her Cuban heritage, her bisexuality, feminism, and abusive relationships. It talks about a lot of pressing issues, but she does it in hindsight so that she discusses what went wrong and what she wished she would have done better. So it's from a very like conscious perspective of like someone from 2018 who is a feminist or recognizes that those issues are bad, instead of just like someone from the 50s being like, oh yes, it is so normal for men to beat their wives. One of my biggest complaints about this book is that it's written as a memoir of an old woman who's like approaching 80 years old, but the writing style of it sounds very modern. Maybe it's only something that I noticed or it's just in my head, but it just felt like the book was being told by a young person and not an old person, so maybe it would have worked better in third person. But that's like my only glaring issue with it, other than it began to lag just a little bit in the middle. I do think it deserves the praise. Obviously there's several quotes in here that I liked that I marked with my green sticky tabs. Is it a 5-star best book of the year book for me? No, but I do think it's definitely worth picking up, but do it when you're not on your period, otherwise you'll be like me in the previous clip. Alrighty, good night. So tell me when you hear my heart stop. You're the only one that knows. Tell me when you hear my silence. There's a possibility I wouldn't know. Tell me when my silence over. You're the reason why